Hello there, fellow fish keepers. Mike here with the Fish Tank Barn. We're out here today in the summer tubbing area. So if you want to check out the history of this area, go ahead and we'll check out the playlist that will come here at the top of your screen. And you can learn about how this all came to be last year. But I got a story to tell you today. So this is a story of miracles, a story of summer. So things are starting to open up a little bit in Michigan. It's getting a little more normal. And I think summer tubs is kind of part of that return to normalcy. So let's go ahead and roll the story on how all the fish got out here into the summer tubs this year. So if you see here, right now we are working on doing I think we're going to do probably about a 50% water change or so. We've got the pump hooked up here, and we're just going to drain it out into the garden. You can see it's pretty murky in there. Here we do have quite a few trees, quite a few pine trees. So I want to make sure you get all the pine needles and all the stuff out of here. You know, if we go over to this pond number 2, definitely got quite a bit of life in here. If we go up here, you can see all the mosquito larvae and everything. But it is kind of starting to rain in here. So I'm going to take the camera in, and we'll get back tomorrow morning and show you what else is going on. So we did end up doing a water change on this, almost basically 100%, so I could get all of the leaves and all the muck out of the bottom. Everything's looking good. I can actually see the bottom, so that's a good thing. And then if you look over here, we have kind of a small miracle. This air pump was left out here over the winter due to my own, I guess, either laziness or negligence or whatever, but it still works. It's been out here since last year. Doesn't sound the greatest, but it's still pumping air out, so we'll make a little bit of an enclosure for it, but I'm pretty surprised that this survived the harsh Michigan winter. So I'm going to head inside and go get the thermometer, and we'll go ahead and take a temperature reading on both of these now, since I've been out here for about 18 hours or so. So it's about 68 degrees, and then this one's about 66. 68 is almost fish weather. So let's go ahead now and start setting up the filtration. I had this sponge sitting cycling, so I'm going to stick that into the first tote. But this has been sitting idle in one of my other tanks, so we're going to go ahead and toss this in, and we'll go ahead and get that set up here. This is the first pond over here. We did get the filter going along with an air stone, and then we do have some hornwort as well as some duckweed. Going over to the second pond, it's the exact same way. Still some more hornwort, probably not as much duckweed, but that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and kind of just let these go overnight, and then tomorrow we'll probably put in the fish. Well, it's definitely later in the evening now. We do have pumps still going, plants are in here, and so everything looks good. So we'll go ahead and check the temperature tomorrow, but I think we should be able to get fish in. And now let's head over to a different part of the yard, because we did add some more ponds over here. So this area generally gets kind of overgrown, but I did build this little top, and we have 3 55-gallon totes here. We'll go ahead and get some air out to them. I have a pretty good idea how I want to do that, but I'll get some air out here to these guys and get them going. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this off. I'm going to get it painted, and we'll check back in later. All right there, guys. We are back here the next day now. We're back here at the ponds. It's definitely warm today. I think it was in the 70s earlier today already, so it's going to be a hot one. I think it almost gets up into the 80s today. So I think definitely it's going to be a good day to put out some pond fish. So let's go ahead here, give you guys a little quick tour where we're at, take some temperature checks, and we'll go ahead and get started. All right, we're over here at the first pond. So that looks to be about 73.8. So that's definitely a pretty good temp. Let's go over here. This one looks to be about 73. So not bad. All right, these are the ones we set up yesterday. So let's temp check these guys. See, they're smaller. A little bit more in the sun. That one is 76. That one is 79, and that one is 78. So these little ones are definitely ready to go here, but we gotta get some airflow into these first. All right, so here's what the plan's gonna be, is to get the air to these tubs. We're gonna go ahead and run, we're gonna put a pump. I've saved some extra air pumps. So we're gonna put an air pump up in the rafters here. And then we're gonna go ahead and just run some air line over to these ponds over here. And then that's how we're gonna do it. So let's go ahead, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'll show you what I'm gonna do here. All right, so I have this Salida 40 that I had when this fish room was a little smaller, so I save a lot of these things. Got this, which is gonna go onto here. Got some PVC. Got some thread tape, a drill bit of your choice that I'll put in the air line, and then basically got the drill. So let's go ahead, get started here. All right, I'm gonna go ahead here and get this going. So let's get our thread tape. So I've got our thread tape, and I'm just gonna wrap it around this. So we got this on here. And then all we're gonna do, this actually already was glued together. So we're just gonna stick that there. And we'll stick this on the air pump when we get out back outside. Put your cap on it. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in our air valves. Little trick here is to put in these air valves. Is if you put them on the end of your drill bit, so you get them on your end of your drill bit, and then you can just drill them right into the hole. Once you got your hole done, once you get your hole done, you can just drill them right in there. Just tighten them in when you're done. There, all set. All right, so we've got the air pump set up now. It's up here. There's your air lines. They head over here. They're all in here now. Got them all, they're all going. So, looks like we are good to go to get some fish. So, let's go ahead and start getting that process going. All right, the first fish we've got here. So we do have the blue turquoise guppies along with the coral platies. These were in the 54-gallon bow front upstairs. So we're gonna relocate these guys to the pond, and we're gonna go put something else in that 54 bow front. So let's go ahead and get these guys in the pond. So next up are these tuxedo guppies. So definitely looking forward to having these guys grow up. These are probably about 3 to 4 months old. So hopefully A, they'll grow out, and B, we'll get some fry by the time we're done with the summer. So these guys are gonna go right here. got some super Dumbo dragon guppies here. These are going to go into this pond right here. All right, next fish we've got here are the cobra endlers. So let's go ahead and get these guys put in as well. All right, the last fish we have here are some Heterandria formosa. We're gonna go ahead and put these in the third pond right over here. So we're gonna get these guys in, and then that should be about it. I did start working on some more over here, but I think that will be more of a subject for another video.